Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to my weekly channel update for Monday, January 9th, 2017. And my staycation is over, back to reality, and starting this first full week back with a cold. However, last week, with the few days off, I was, in addition to spending time with family, was able to get the UCCE with Finesse video in that I've been wanting to do for a while. We went over the call queues and showed you how to use home machine or the remote desktops. And that was actually a 2.5 hour video. I had the time to actually edit it down to an hour, so that was pretty cool to have more cycles focusing on editing. Added a vlog just for fun. It's like 30 seconds long. Just my son dances when the vacuum cleaner's on, so I put a song overlay over that matched it perfectly. Thought it was kind of funny, so threw that on there. And if you watched the previous video, I had mentioned I had a temporary setup because I had an ant infestation near my main setup, so until I know they're all gone, I've been staying far away from there. I don't like ants. But with that said, with the extra time that I had, I was able to get quite a bit of progress on the GNS3 topology, and it's actually done and in place, and I've been doing some testing with it, and I plan to get some videos out early this week to go over how to use it. And again, it's very similar to the Freelab Beta for the call manager, where you can use it as if it's on your home network or whatever, but this is more geared toward routing and switching. And currently I have, for hardware emulation, the Cisco 7206 VXR series and both flavors of iOS 15.2 for M, which has the Call Manager Express 9.1 on it, and then the iOS 15.2.4S series. And as far as iOS over Unix, I have layer 3 router with iOS 15.5.2T, and for the layer 2.3 switch, iOS 15.6S. Now on the quick emulator, I have an asterisk on here because I have version 601 as well as some other ones. However, on GNS version 1.5.3, I'm not able to console into it for some reason. It was working on version 1.4.4 last I tested, but I wanted to have the latest fully non-beta version, which is, as of this video, 1.5.3, and it's not really working with that. So if anyone's trying to do service provider topologies, I may have to just put an older version on, unless I can figure out how to get it to work, but that's something I will work on. And just to show you, this is an example where I set up 40 routers with 10 layer 3 switches, and so the top 20 switches here are the 7206 VXRs, which is the hardware emulation version. The routers 21 through 40 down here are the IOU layer 3 routers, and then the 10 multi-layer switches in the middle here are the IOU instances of that. So you can use the switches for switching related topics, whether it be spanning tree, VTP, port channel, things like that. I've been doing a number of testing with that, and so far I haven't had any issues. So like I say, I'll be posting videos this week with more information on this, how to access it, how to use it, and all that. Now, as far as the comments go, one was if there's going to be a cost for the Freelab once it's no longer in a beta status. And as it stands today, the answer is no. And I mean, yes, by doing this, everything I'm providing is at a net loss. I'm paying for the electricity, for my monthly internet subscription that I'm dedicating for public use on the DSL line and things like that. But it's kind of stuff that I'd be doing anyway. I work in an environment now where I have access to other devices that I didn't before. So, and I don't have like millions of views every month, but the viewers and mainly subscribers that watch these videos have the self-motivation to learn. They want to learn. They're reaching out. They're trying to do what they can. And there's a reason why those videos don't have it, they might have eventually get to, a few hundred or whatever, but where my gaming videos will have thousands of views or several hundred in a relatively short amount of time, but the technology ones at a much slower pace. But that's because people like us are not, I don't want to say, make it sound bad, but a lot of times if we were just to talk about the stuff that we do on this channel to, an average person on the street, they're going to look at you with glazed eyes and deer in headlights. A lot of the people that are subscribing or, engaging are interested in this technology and love to learn it. So I love collaborating with people of that nature. And if there's, anything I can do to help fuel that, because I don't want people to be discouraged if there is something that they want to learn and they don't have access to the equipment or whatever the case may be. I don't want that to be a discouragement, and I enjoy the interaction, so I'm just providing my home environment for now, free of charge and with the intent to help those that can benefit from it. And depending on how many servers I have and if the expense gets high, I may, throw a donation link or something to, request help, if anything. But I'm never going to deny somebody. I mean, there's so many companies out there that if you want to do rack rentals or things like that, you can pay them to do that. There's some people that can't do that. And those are kind of the people I'm really interested in helping, is those that can't afford it or, have their own limitations. And this is something they can benefit from. So which kind of is a segue to the second question, is how will Freelab support multiple people at the same time? And right now it's very manual. I mean, again, this is my home network. So what I've started doing is on the VoIP Tech info webpage, when you go to the Freelab Beta, on there it's going to have a username and password for the VPN. If the username and password does not show up, it's going to have a time slot of when somebody specifically requested to reserve it for that period of time, and only that person will have a unique username password, and the Freelab user won't work. When there is no longer any available time slots, so I should say any other given time when people haven't requested to use it at a specific time frame and date, there's going to be username and password on there that you can use and jump in whenever you want. Sure, other people may be in there too, but if it becomes a problem, just let me know and we can work it out that way. Long term, I was thinking of potentially having like a calendar. I haven't figured out how to automate that yet, but if I can figure out how to, make a calendar where you can request time, I was thinking of doing something like that. I just haven't had time to really look into that, but I don't have a problem manually managing user requests at this time. That's why I have this link here for the VoIPTech.info for the latest updates and VPN passwords, because I'm adding another section for the GNS3 lab that's going to be similar to the CUCM 11 edition, just specific to the GNS3 routing and information with that. But the VPN passwords, for all intents and purposes, are the same. It's just a matter of what subnet you're using. So that's all I have for today, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.